Good morning, guys, and welcome to FYI. We trust that you guys are great. As you can see there, live shots are coming in from the East Bank, folks. And it looks like a productive morning for lots of folks who are on the move, folks. That is what productivity looks like. The wheels are turning, literally. The wheels are turning, folks. And good to see so many of you. The guys are going to free up the thing a little bit for us so that we can have the comments. And I can see who's joining us, folks, and they can take one of the lower charts with FYI off for us because we double dipping right now with the FYI. It's so much branding. It's so much branding. Live traffic, you see the weather is a little thingy on the outside. It looks like a British summer, a little British summer. But folks, we're heading into Christmas. And, you know, the weather is always climate change and all. The guys are going to take the duplicate thing off for us on that side there, so that we can have, we're good to go, folks. Good to go. Good to have you wherever you're joining us this morning from, wherever you're joining the broadcast from. Good to see each and every one of you out there, guys. Great to see you, folks. And who do we have with us this morning? Gwen Anderson, good to see you. Kylo Tech Clark, good to see you. I ain't see you for a little bit. Good to have you. Weather-wise, how is it where you are, guys? How is it where you are? Beatrice, good to see you, and John Sullivan and all you other fantastic folks. How are things at your end? Deborah Leach, how are you doing, Deborah? Great to see you. Great to see you this morning, Deborah. And I see Yolanda Thomas and John Jones. Guys, which one of the cameras are mine? I don't know where I'm looking this morning. Help me out here. Gwyneth, good to see you, and good to see you, Carol and Rhonda Spencer Charm, and good to see Claire Alexis Charmley. Richmond, Claire, how are you doing? So good to have you. No doubt you're already on the job and doing what you gotta do, being as productive as you can in your own part of the world. Claire, great to have you and the family on this morning. And Dolly, I see you, Dolly. Claire, who's the other person I must give a shout out to? Please let me know, Claire. Alexis Charmley Richmond. Who's the other person I must give a shout out to? Let me know. Gail Mingo. Good to see you, Gail. And I see the other Claire. Lynn Finance is here. And you all know if Lynn is here, Lena is here as well. And good to have Jim O'Marcus on with us too. And Beryl Crawford. All the other folks joining us. I have Natasha Congress. I have how things are where you are. I have was already in the future. In her part of the world, she's about 5 hours ahead of us, if not more. And good to see Ayawo joining us. She's in the future already and looking back at us. Good to have you, Audrey Ward and Jim Moore. Elizabeth Howard is here too. Great to see you, Elizabeth, and all the other guys. Guys, that have you know, Adrita is doing well. Adrita was discharged from hospital last evening and is home resting. As you can imagine, she's going to be off for a couple of days. And you got me. I can hold down the fort. When she comes back, you are pleased to ask her all the questions about her ailment. Me, I believe a little bun in the oven. I think so. But when she comes back, you can ask her about back pain, morning sickness, vomiting, and all those things. I think it's that, but I don't know. When she come back, you all could mind your business. Paul Hall, it's good to have you. Corey Gibson. So Twitter is going to be off, and you all got me to deal with. She's going to be off for a couple of days. Claire Alexis, good to see you. Faith Chamley Brown, good to see you. Good to have Faith Chamley Brown here. Yeah, I love that. Thanks very much, Claire. Faith Chamley Brown. Good morning to you too, Faith. Yep, that was the name I was missing. Morning, Toby. Good to have you, Morning. Jolly Anderson Linton, Sharon Alfonso Evans. I love people who stick in their middle name there, or their maiden name, middle or maiden name. Beatrice Selby, good to have you, and Roxanne Garraway. I see Reynold Warren is here, and Kylo Tech, I ain't see you for a little bit. Happy to have you back. He says it's chilly. Kylo Tech, where are you joining us from? It's chilly. It's 1.6 Celsius, 35 Fahrenheit. It's so scientific. You see that? Scientific. Tell us what degrees it is. Spare the rest of us. Just tell you what degrees it is. Lindsay Lohan, one year signature. Royalty. Yep, Penelope Hudson is here too. Great to have you folks. And I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. Folks, it's the 15th day. The 15th day, believe it or not, the 15th day, guys, of November. It's the 15th day of November, and lots of things happening, guys. Lots of things we're going to tell you about. Juliet Mickle, we see you there, Juliet, and Penelope and Reynold Warren. Yep. There's lots of things happening in Jamaica. A bus strike. We're going to be bringing some of that to you folks in Dominica. They had a political rally last evening, and the Prime Minister said the opposition are ready yet. Irresponsible is the leaderless, and we can bring that in. Yep. From about 58 minutes into that video there, the guys are going to bring us in about from 58 minutes in. They're going to bring us into that. Greg Anderson, good to see you. Judith Mickle, great to see you as well. And Claire Capel, good to see each and every one of you. Michaela, Andrew Coate, guys, love having you here. Share the live for us. Smash that emoji button. Those of you who are joining us on Twitter, good morning to our tweeps. Good morning, folks. And then we have our YouTubers. The tubers are out in their numbers these days, and we love it. We love it that our YouTube audience is growing. Those of you who are joining on Apple AFC page, share the live, the man. Those of you joining on the Alliance for Change page and the Sherrod Duncan page, share the live, good folks. Smash that emoji button as well. And those of you who are joining us from Christopher Jones page, MP Christopher Jones, don't get you out here looking thin. Don't have Chris out here looking thin. John Sullivan and Dolly Anderson and all the other folks. Share that like, smash that emoji button. Credible, valid information, folks. And remember, spare a prayer for Jerita and the little one. I think the little one in the oven. But when she comes back, you all can mind her business. That's what I give you all free rein to mind her business. Gwendolyn Alonso, good to have you. Good to have you, Gwendolyn and Juliet Mickle. Good to have you, Candidaline Inderjit, Leslie Charles. Lovely start of the morning. If you got some beautiful, strong, good-natured people to back you, your day after a fantastic Saturday. You left home and huzzy, wifey, give you a little peck and say, babes, have a great day. Oh my Lord, fuel to keep you going. You got little backings, little family, little friends like you all, Seymour George and Alec Gordon, Charlene Joseph Tendry, and all the other folks, Michelle Cox. You know, got some good folks like your Ayabo and Juliet Mickle. The day's already off. That's a successful start. And we love that, folks. Great to have each and every one of you beautiful, fantastic folks here with us. It's such a privilege of ours, and we come to the distinct privilege, folks. Lincoln King, we see as well. We say respect and manners, folks. That's what we're doing right now. This is the respect and manners segment of the program. Beatrice and Gail Mingo, Lincoln, Sheila Boychild, we see you folks. Let us know what you folks are having. Guys, are you having some little flavor tea bag? It's black tea more or less. Doing it our way. On a chilly morning here. Yeah, it's good to have some warm tea. I know some of you are just laughing. When we said chilly, speaking to my aunt in South Carolina last night, South Carolina, she said it's cold. Well, I know when she said it's cold, what she means. So this little chilly haze that we are laughing with. So you don't feel chilly yet. Come to London. Right? I could bet you, I can come to London, I won't be sweating like Birdness. I can be shivering my timbers. Yeah, I won't be sweating like Birdness in cold London. Greg Anderson, good to have you. Alia Waldron. Alia goes and comes these days. I don't like it, like the wind. Perma red, Chinese perma red. Years ago, goes and comes like the wind. Alia Waldron, the Chinese wrote about you years ago. Goes and comes like the wind. But the rest of you, yeah, you got consistency. You know, Ali used to be that decent child, you know, but now Ali dressing back. Ali dressing back. I don't know what's happening dressing back. But we watch that. We watch that. You know when people find somebody. You know when people find somebody. It sounds like that. You know, people in love, they can. Yep, missed it for a little bit. Huh? And you're not going to follow too. You know when to follow, guys. Great to have each and every one of you here. Lots to share with you guys this morning. Lots on the paper. Lots in the papers, on the papers, in the papers. Lots in the papers this morning to share with you. Good to have Sharon Alfonso Evans here and Juliet Mickle, Alia Waldron. Like I hit the nail on the head, Alia. Like I hit the nail on the head, Alia. I feel like I hit on the head. You know, my aunt says when you're in love, it shows, you know, it's mystic. So we've seen it. We've seen it, Alia. We wish you all the best, though. We wish you all the best. Karen Clark, Gwyneth, Don, Julian, good to have you, Charlene, and the whole team. John, just folks, let us know how you're receiving the audio out there. Technicians, y'all enjoy it or not? Don't come wrong, be funny, you know. Smash those emoji buttons, folks. Don't come wrong, as funny. Great to have each and every one of you there. Fitz Herbert Jarrett is joining us from Connecticut, folks. Joining us from Connecticut. And no doubt he's having bagel and have some cinnamon flavored coffee. don't know if Fitz does it. In his own style, in his own way. We're good to have you, sir. Respect brothers. Really good to see you too. And Tessa Isaac, Grace Andy, the chief technician says, loud and clear on the outside. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Tommy Gibbs, good to have you, Tommy, and Dolly Anderson Linton, and all of you beautiful, fantastic folks. What would we do without you? What would we be without you good folks? You know, we always say here, it's your presence that makes a difference, folks. Share that light, wherever you pick us up from this morning. Smash that emoji button. Folks, I wish you energy, good energy today, God energy to go through the day, energetic, fired up, and ready to run. Folks, I caution you. Be thankful to the Almighty for your health when you have it. You know, it's only when you're down. You know, sometimes you always want to cry, Father, even in good health. Lord, I thank you for your health. I thank you for health. As you wake up, as you go about, don't be grumpy. You know, don't be like one of them trolls. You know, you're in a mood early. You know, but you're ready to take on the day. Whatever comes, you can surmount any challenge. Take a Father Bob. You got some good people like David Wood and Brenda Moore, Michaela Andrews, Don Bays, Nicola Daniels. You got some good people backing you. Right? Fear not, great is he that's in you than these jacobats and trench capos in the world. Yeah, the book is shared. Yep. That's it, folks. We're good to have you, Tommy and Beatrice. Guys, how are you doing this morning? Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday. Yep. I always in this morning, you know, some of y'all think, well, you look a bit perky this morning. My wife is the one, can't represent herself right now, so you got to quite tell you. You know, who gets up and she's a little groggy. So I say, yes, hon, how are you doing this morning? Great to see you. Smooch. Great to have you folks here this morning. Margaret Nelson, how are you doing, Margaret? Good to have you. You know, some of y'all think y'all would have missed Bible study. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is usually Bible study in the Pentecostal church where I'm from. Wednesday night is Bible study night. You have to catch it early Tuesday morning. Early! It's how fathers work their friend. You can't trace Father, you know. You can't track Father. You can't trust him where you can't trace him or track him. See that? Word for you this morning. Julian Marks, good to see you. Don Bates, good to see you. And Gail Mingo, great to see you as well. Jim Moore and you lovely folks on with us this morning. Share that light. Smash that emoji, folks. Let's go down the road to some issues that we see happening. Well, the guys haven't bring my notes yet. We holding for them. But lots of stuff happening. Nonetheless, I can play it by ear. A lot's happening on the morning papers. Guys, bring it up for us. And I can play it by ear. They bring the notes. That's all they get in. I know they can strike it. You know, like they're striking it in Jamaica. Right now, I know they strike over here. But I see the notes land. The morning papers, guys, lots happening in the morning papers. Do let us know. If you have a copy of the morning papers close to your end, what are some of the headlines? Maybe one headline, you know, at your end. Let us know. If you picked up the morning papers, some of you have the papers, new papers in here. Look, I'm watching some of y'all sideways. Do you read the paper in yours? You see, look, story here now. Now, Joy Pamela, just come. Now, Joy gonna upset the whole upper cart here now. You see when you come late, you just miss the things. Joy asking me, where's my sister? Folks, again, for the latecomers, Judy was discharged from hospital late last evening and is home resting comfortably. I told you folks. You see, I don't like go over, you know. I told you, I think it's bun in the oven. You always talk about bun in the oven. I think it's that. When Charita comes, you have to actually all your business. And certain being the upfront person, the out front person she is, she's going to tell you all what exactly happened yesterday and why she was briefly detained at a medical institution. Where she was not a medical. She was briefly detained. I think it's born in the oven. See, Christmas time, all kinds of things has happened. I think it's that. But she can give you all the real story when she comes. Yeah, the real story. I had a young family member when, when he was really young. He used to say, I can tell you the real truth. See, they got like truth and all kinds of truth. So I can tell you the real truth. You can tell you the real truth. I have one school of thought. There's one school of thought going on up here. I think, right? But when she comes, let's just jokes. Judith Mickle, Kim Bradford, and all you other folks. Shepard McDonald, she's going to tell you the real truth, right? the real truth, the final conclusion to the whole matter. She's going to tell you all when she comes. Jackie Cameron says, get well, Jurita. Yeah. Keep her in your thoughts, folks. Keep her in your thoughts. And those things is like fuel to you, you know. No doubt, Jurita, probably in recuperating and reading some of your messages. So Rihanna Mingo and all the other folks, Gail Mingo, the whole family of Mingos here, you know, you see that? Whole families, we attracted this end. On the line, Colin Bobby Lewis and Terrence Lewis, good to see you. See, all the Lewises here too, they watch the program. In family, it's a family show. Bun in the oven, baking. Bun in the oven. That's my first thing. Audrey Wild and Natalia Odwin and all you folks, thanks for joining. Morning papers, folks. Morning papers. No notes. We're gonna play it by ear. Right? Yeah, you understand? Do you know your music? You don't have to see the score. You don't have to see the music sheet. So just try to up some of your, you all can up in. Right? Score music sheet. Yeah. You don't have to see the music. You play it by ear. Right? We play now in C sharp this morning. The whole program is in C sharp. Right? In C sharp. First up, lots we said happening in the morning papers. Do show us a headline. Candy is here, folks, from Caribbean. Holding it down in Caribbean. Candy and Marky and all the young ones. Yep. 40 Guyanese and 5 organizations telling Avon, you see this oil and gas thing here? Oh, breaks up. Take a pause for the cause, Avon. Take a pause for the cause. Will he listen? That's the other story. Will he listen? That is the other story that we have. That's another story. You know, we got a lot of stuff happening in the oil and gas sector. Local content, which again we'll circle back to in the big issue, is a huge issue. Local content alone. Look what has happened with local content. And those of you who want the in-depth discussion, refer to our podcast yesterday. You want everything now? You want me to go back over that? Refer to the podcast yesterday. It's a huge issue. Flaring, insurance, lots of outstanding issues in oil and gas. Lots of it. The Petroleum Commission ain't set up yet. Lots of issues. So these guys are saying, oh, let me pause. Look at this thing and then see what is the greatest benefit we can get for Guyanese with the least impact. Will the boys be listening? That's the other story. That's the other trouble. Folks, pull up a cup of something with us. Got a lot of things brewing this morning. A lot of stuff brewing. Glennis, Marcia Jones Newton. A lot of things brewing. Siobhan McDonald. 40 Guyanese and 5 organizations in Irfan for the good of this country. Breaks up. Where is a big truck like Irfan? It take a little while. The pride of brakes. That's why you got to go at a moderate speed. So you got to put on the brakes. It's all right. Breaks up. Let's look at the oil and gas sector again. Rethink some of what we're doing. We'll come again. That's what they're saying. Will he listen? That's the big question. We got a big issue. Perhaps we need a big question. Will he listen? That's another story. In other news, folks, and other things happening in the papers this morning, believe it or not. Yep, Candice old scraps is true. Will he listen? John Sullivan, will he listen? That's another story. Will he listen? Guys, tell us what else is happening in the morning papers today. Juliet Mickle and Facebook user, good to have you guys here. John and Lyndon and all of you other folks who are joining us. Good to have you. We have an economist again, the oil and gas sector. You see, there should be these reports published. Audits done to see what exactly is happening in the oil and gas. Where's the money spending? Cost, style, and all of these fancy terms they try to kerfuffle us with. Now, an economist trained and then practiced, telling us, the folks should be penalized. It took a long time for this administration to audit $9 billion that the oil sector, the ExxonMobil folks said they spent. $9 billion. They just tendered out and got a bid in and hired some people to do the auditing. It took them a long time to do that. And the economist telling us this morning, there should be penalties for that. You want to do the audit? Why are you hiding? This oil and gas is for all of us. It's part of what we call our national patrimony. What are you all hiding? What are you all money doing? You got to audit the thing. Trained economist, practicing economist says, you have to penalize. Penalty must be in place for officials who don't want to audit. Right? Vic Van Bart has been in real trouble now. Real trouble. Will probably be in an orange jumpsuit, making friends at Lusignan. Real penalties. You don't want to do the auditing? Penalty. Yep. We're going to take this sector serious, you know. Listen, folks, we ain't getting a second chance, you know. We're not getting a second chance at this. When the oil out and the money spent, that's it. That is why every decision, you know, has to be after careful consideration. Don't be like some people, you know, Lois Mills and Pansy Fields, Jonathan Stanner, Annette Cummins. Don't be like some people, when I get rich again. You know, you squander all your money. They say, oh, when I get money again, boy, I can do things different. Sometimes Father give you a second chance. Same thing you do. Right? That's not like people we're talking about. You give you a second chance, same foolishness. And then you say, oh, when I get rich again. Now this thing affects all of us. If the people are spending their own money, that was one thing. Squander it however you want to squander it. But this is taxpayers' money now. Right? This money belongs to all of us. National patrimony. This all of us it belongs to. It's our inheritance that these boys spending willy-nilly. The economist is saying it should be penalized. You don't do it right, you don't audit, so we can see clearly how is this money being spent. Is it being spent efficiently? Is it being spent to the benefit of the guidance people? 9 billion, how is it? Why we needed to spend that? You gotta get a good audit. If you don't want to do it, penalties. I'm certain Lauren Ogle would agree with us and Penelope Grant. Brennan Anderson certainly would agree and Jewel Ward. You don't do anything right? Penalties. Penalties! This is a sector we gotta guard jealously. They ain't got no second chance. Jail ain't gonna grow back. You got one chance and one chance to get it right. So many countries have gotten it wrong. So many countries here. Here about the oil court and all of that. We have one chance to get it right. Or that's it? That's it, good folks. What else we have in the morning papers? What are the headlines? Javon, Bowen, and out front parts, Joel and Lauren. What are making some of the headlines where you guys are? Huh? Well, look story here. You know, we send it to you folks. The decision out of the High Court and Chief Justice has laid bare exactly the deficiencies in this Local Content Act. We told them since last year, we'll slow down, park the thing in a standing in a committee, and let's look at it, interrogate it, put it up to the light of scrutiny, and let's see how we can better this local content. What was a bill then, it's now an act passed into law. Put in the select committee, and let's put government opposition and even some technical folks interrogate the parts of it. We want what is best for the Guyanese. They don't want to do that. And now when the Chief Justice has gone through it and pointing out the deficiencies, the lack of regulation, everybody said, now we're going and try to bring regulations that can apply and make this act more functional. People don't like here. The terrible thing is, the Guyanese got to feel as a result of that Rose Capel. The Guyanese got to feel as a result of that Pansy Fields and Jim O'Marcus. When they don't hear, the Guyanese people feel. And that is a great tragedy. Because this is the sum total of leadership. Every decision that the administration takes has an effect on the population. Negative or positive. When you don't pay public servants, it affects families and communities. You know, when a bridge that was supposed to land in close to New Amsterdam land someplace else, it has an effect. You know, a project that's supposed to be X place gone Y place has an effect. Prescriptions, that's the reality of politics, sadly. What else we have happening in the morning papers, folks? That is the reality, sad to say. That is the reality. Well, it's too much now. There's too much in the morning papers. Yep. Too much happening in the morning papers, or too little. Yep. Do let us know, folks. What else we have happening on the morning papers? Yep. Anthony's telling us, and we told him about this at the start of the week yesterday. You had a mother of twins, young mother, giving birth to twins at Georgetown Hospital. Both her and the babies died over the weekend. And then you had a 40-year-old mother also lost her life over the weekend. Now the Ministry of Health is hinting at an independent inquiry, an independent probe into these maternal deaths. Just last week, we sat down with Dr. Karen Cummins. All the guys still have that. We sat down with Dr. Cummins and we spoke about maternal deaths. You know, interrogating, and because we saw a trend. I think we hate twiddling with thumb. We are here doing work. We saw the trend. And so we sat down with Dr. Cummins and spoke to her about these escalating maternal deaths. Now, this has severe impact on whole families, folks, and communities, and by extension, the society we live in. Now, Frank Anthony is saying they're going to now do some independent probe into what is resulting in these maternal deaths. Take a little listen to that interview we had with Dr. Karen Cummins just last week. Talking with Dr. Karen Cummins today. Folks are very familiar with Dr. Cummins, who was our former Minister of Foreign Affairs. She also served as Minister within the Ministry of Health, and that is her training and the background. She is a public health expert, a doctor by profession and practice. And Dr. Cummins recently put out a very, very strong statement on maternal deaths. And that is where we want to pick up our conversations today on the spate of maternal deaths we've had coming out from the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation in particular, but even from some outlying areas. We've been hearing of cases of where young mothers have gone in to deliver, whether it's Region 7, Bartik in particular, Region 9, and some of the other outlying areas, and they haven't fared well at all. Dr. Cummins, what is happening in healthcare from that perspective? Talk to us about that.
Good day, Sherrod, and thank you for having me on your program. It's a pleasure. I must let you know up front that since in the 20th century, to be exact, I think 1987, we have been promoting the concept of safe motherhood. And so in 1987, we more or less signed on and acceded to the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. And by so doing, the then administration committed to, among other things, to strive towards the elimination of all preventable maternal deaths. Concomitant with that, commitment was made for the formulation of requisite policies and programs, and so we managed to get some additional resources became available to the Ministry of Health to ensure the desired results and, shall we say, health outcomes. The Family Health, and more specifically the Maternal and Child Health Department, embrace the concept of safe motherhood initiative. And so we talk about 5 pillars. You have the preconception care, whereby if you're contemplating pregnancy, you're in the reproductive age between 15 to 49, you can always come into the clinic and discuss it. You know, people see the clinic as only when you're sick, you go into the clinic, but it's preventative and primary health care. And so that's the first stop in terms of community health. And so we want patients and persons, clients to come in and just have a word with the physician. We want to improve that doctor-physician relationship. and even nurses as well, with nurses. And so, as I said before, we had this concept of preconception care. So long before you plan of having this baby and this child, you come in and talk to us, and we walk you through the menstrual cycle and so forth. And then we talk about antenatal care, when now you've recognized, okay, I'm HCG positive, I'm having all the signs, the presumptive signs, the probable signs, the positive signs of pregnancy. So I said, okay, you come until you've joined the clinic. And we try to encourage our mothers to join the clinic in the first trimester, early, like 12 weeks of pregnancy or before, since you know you're pregnant, just come and join the clinic. And so we can walk you through the tests you need to be done, because they may be hereditary tendencies. You may have, some of these diseases that early detection can save your life and your baby. Because the main thing of safe motherhood is to have healthy mother and a healthy child, baby, infant. And so we talk about, as I said before, preconception care. We talk about antenatal care. Then we talk about trying to avoid the high-risk pregnancies, because mothers, like everything else, they will have hypertension during pregnancy. It's something new. You get scared, and so your pressure keeps rising. Sometimes you have a family history of diabetes, and so we call it gestational diabetes too as well. It shows up during pregnancy and so forth. So we want to ensure that you come and we talk to you about these high-risk pregnancies, and you may need to move from our clinic and be transferred to the Georgetown, our level 5 clinic. Then we talk also about the fourth pillar. I think it's clean delivery and safe delivery, because you would recall that our health is decentralized, but apart from that, we have our not only coastal areas but hinterland areas, and so cultural practices. The nanny delivering you and doing their own thing. So we try to persons desist from going to the nannies, and so we have trained them. But let's try to have our deliveries at a not even a health center, at a district hospital or the regional hospital or the level 5 hospital. And so we talk about clean and safe delivery. And the last pillar of the 5 is the postnatal care, postpartum. You've already delivered your baby. Now, we walk you through it during pregnancy, and now we want to make sure that now you've finished. We still want to make sure the next 42 days that you're okay. So that has been our concept all the time, and we've been talking about that safe delivery. So
and getting the results too.
And getting the results.
Because Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, for one, had a lot of maternal deaths in the past.
In the past.
In the past, pre-2015.
Yes.
And I think in the 5 years we've had the APNU AFC-led government, we were able to bring that down a lot.
Absolutely. In fact, when we came in 2015, that was more or less the tail end of, we call it the Millennium Development Goals, especially Goal 4 and 5, where we talk about maternal deaths and infant deaths. And so we didn't do so well. So we came in with knowing that in mind, and so we work assiduously, and now we have the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 3, and Target 1 talks about, calls for the reduction of global maternal mortality ratio, less than 70 per 1,000 live births. And while Target 2 speaks to the preventable net deaths of newborns and children under 5 age by 2030. And so we certainly would want to have the neonatal ratio also being decreased, not just the maternal, but the neonatal ratio. And WHO, and they're talking about 12 per 100,000 live deaths. So considering the commendable impact of previous efforts, as I said before, in healthcare, we are now extremely disappointed in what's happening now. And so we see in the papers captions like maternal death at GPHC being investigated. That's February 27, 2021. New mother deplores conditions at New Amsterdam Hospital, says she contracted infection while giving birth. That's November last year. 24-year-old mom and baby girl die at New Amsterdam Hospital. These are captions we read in the papers. Large woman and unborn child died at GPHC October 20, 2022. And then just last week, Navita Maraj and her unborn child died at what's that? So it's really unacceptable. And so I must say that during our a partnership of National Unity Coalition tenure in office, stringent efforts were pursued to ensure greater access to primary health care of the pregnant mothers. Additionally, We did some work, we call it respectful maternity care, because, there's always this notion, it's alleged, that the nurse.
Yep. Healthy mother, healthy baby. Healthy mother and healthy baby. That's the aim. That should be the aim. Healthy mother. And since that interview, we sat down with Dr. Karen Cummins. 2 other mothers died. The Georgetown Public Hospital. Thoughts and prayers go out to their families. Lots brewing, folks, internationally. We want you to know about quite a few things brewing internationally. Good people. We think you ought to know about, but good to see Deborah Seeley here, and Guyanese Brown Sugar is here as well. Yep. Brown Sugar is here. Glenford Gordon and Anna and Gwyneth Anderson are here as well. We got Glenford and yep. Lots of folks joining us. Folks, share the live and smash that emoji button for us. Yep. Partner with us too, folks, as we get into the international issues, guys. As we get into the international issues there. Lots and lots happening. Good to see each and every one of you. Beatrice is here. Good to see you, Beatrice, and thanks for all the get well wishes for Jarita. No doubt she's reading them. Folks, share that like, smash that emoji button for us, guys. Look what is happening internationally. They're telling us there's an upset in Arizona because Arizona, folks, has been traditionally a Republican state. Arizona has gone Democrat. They're like these election deniers, as they call them. Election deniers. Who was, Kerry Lake, who was the Republican favorite there in Arizona. But Arizona has now gone to the Democrats. Katie Hobbs beat out denier Kerry Lake in Arizona. Yep, so you got some tectonic shifts happening in the American political system. Thank you, guys. Some tectonic shifts happening. Some tectonic shifts happening there. Yep. Some tectonic shifts happening there. Yep. Believe it or not, that's what's happening in Arizona. And I know those of you who are out there, you got the intricacies down to a T, exactly what is responsible for that. Lots happening there, though, folks. And also, guys, also happening internationally, we think you ought to know about. In Australia, they're telling us that, even though they're having a wave of COVID-19, folks, even though they're having a wave of COVID-19, they're advising against a 5th vaccine dose. They're advising against a 5th vaccine dose in Australia. So we are looking at this and to see exactly why. All right? I see somebody saying, just to step back a little bit from this particular issue, that maybe it's a clean voters list in Arizona that caused that upset. Y'all know, y'all different. It's a clean voters list in Arizona that may have been causing this shift. But folks, in Australia, they're recommending against a 5th. Right? They are advising against. That's what I'm looking for. They're advising against a 5th vaccine dose, even as a fresh wave of COVID they're saying is building. So we're monitoring that as well. Monitoring that. Guys, just bring it big for us and take out the small screen. Thanks very much. Regionally, folks, we got quite a few things happening. Regionally. Quite a few things they're telling us happening regionally. I see somebody saying Frank is lost. It's true. Frank is lost, they're saying. It's true. I believe you. Rick B. Jones, I see you there, Joel Ward. Frank is lost. Among other things, good people. Frank is lost. Yeah, but regionally, folks, in Haiti, they're telling us that shots were fired at the U.S. Embassy vehicle. Right? In Haiti, if you watch Black Panther, or Haiti, I think that was the pronunciation of Black Panther, Haiti. Yep, shots fired at the American Embassy vehicle. Folks, in Haiti, the difference, they recently they had managed to have that gang led by one man called Barbecue, who blockaded some of the fuel stations, negotiated with him, and they move off the scene. Now, different thing taking hold. Shots fired at U.S. Embassy vehicle in Haiti. That's one we're tracking there, folks, and we're going to tell you some more about this. The Haiti crime situation is almost like a civil war in Haiti. And I wish CARICOM could step in more and be that big brother to this CARICOM country. Our sister nation, Haiti, needs help. Elizabeth Gaskin, they need help. They need help in Haiti. Right? They need help in Haiti. And in Dominica, folks, in Dominica, we've been telling you they have an impending election December 6th in Dominica. The opposition said the list bloated and they ain't taking part. The list bloated and they're not taking part in that Dominican election. And they have been now trying to mobilize a boycott of those elections. They've been trying to mobilize a boycott. Well, the Prime Minister of Barbados, of Dominica, the Prime Minister of Dominica, Roosevelt Scarrett, he said their leaders not my fault. You know, we caught up with him recently on the campaign trail. He said them boys and got the leaders not our fault. Right? I think we'll hear him being introduced and then we'll hear from him himself on the campaign trail. Roosevelt Scarrett, folks, of Dominica.
If they don't want to show up, that is their problem. But we are going to nominate our candidates and we are going to vote when the time comes to ensure that we have a resounding victory with the Dominican Labour Party. My brothers and sisters, tonight is Julian's night. And I once more want to give my support to him. And I want to thank Dr. Darrow for his work and for passing on the baton and to continue to support Julian Defoe as he seeks to represent the people of the Pidit Savon constituency. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Spread the shoe, Vegas. Spread the shoe, we put in the X. Spread the shoe, Mao. Spread the shoe, we put in the X. Spread the shoe, Reserve. Spread the shoe, we put in the X. Spread the shoe. Boy, I say we doing it again. We doing it again, again and again. I say we doing it again. We put in red again, again and again. Labor. Labor.
Tonight is about Julian. How many of you are here for Julian? Julian, 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 Julian. Ladies.
Hello? Are you there? Yes, yes, yes. Good night, everybody. Good night to you. Good evening. Happy to be here. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, friends all, my colleagues, this election was called in accordance with the Constitution of Dominica. It is not the first time in Dominica that we've had early election. Miss Charles did it in the Freedom Party days. Edison did it in the Workers' Party days. It was done in Barbados, in Jamaica, in St. Lucia, in St. Vincent, in St. Kitts and Nevis. It was done in Australia and in Canada. It has been done in many Commonwealth countries, ladies and gentlemen. But the reality is, and I have said so to you on numerous occasions, that there is only one political organization in this country that is sincere and serious about the governance and the people of this country, and that is the Dominica Labour Party. The Labour Party is a 365-day political party, ladies and gentlemen. We take the representation of people seriously because you're dealing with their lives and their livelihoods. The Workers' Party is a campaign and election machinery. It is not about people. It is about self, ladies and gentlemen. So they spend the entire time on radio and on Facebook. not coming to see you in the villages and the communities and in the constituencies and to see what they can do for you with the little that they have. No. When Erica hit us here in the South, we did not see the opposition party. When Maria hit us, we did not see them. Instead, Mr. Linton and the Workers' Party went to New York and to tell the international community they should not help Dominica in time of need. And so it is not my fault that the Workers' Party is not an organized party. It is not my fault that they do not have a leader. It is not my fault that they cannot find candidates to run for general elections in Dominica. You just heard from Julian Defoe, our candidate for the Pidissaban constituency. You heard from him. That's the caliber and the quality of candidates that the Labour Party continues.
Yep. We like folks, all the parties in Dominica, but let's see. You see that red? Is that red for me? No. We like all the parties here, but that red, folks, that red. We don't like the red at all. We don't like the red. And while we're talking about that, folks, there is a strike, bus and taxi strike in Jamaica. In Jamaica, bus and taxi strike. Things tough. Well, the constabulary there, the police constabulary stepped in overnight to help out the commuters in Jamaica. Take a look. Yeah. Those were the commuters of halfway tree, folks. Those were the commuters there of halfway tree. When the 592 now, the 592 tree, that's where we are now. The 592, good folks. A lot of stuff happening on this end too. You know, we were out there at Pretty Paul Investment with those workers who said they don't want to go with no other company because Pretty Paul Singh apparently is selling out to another company. He said, no, we want money and we got money business. We want no other work for another company. We had enough. Now the Ministry of Labor is being accused of dragging the feet on this 7th pay issue. People say we work 15, 20, 25 years with Pretty Paul. We tired now. We can take a rest. They want to sell out. That's their business. We can take a rest. Give me severance and let me go about your business. Let me go along the road with your severance. Them boys don't want that. So the minister now is being accused. Thanks, guys. Being accused of dragging the feet. Well, if there's one thing we know the people good at, it's feet dragging. If there's one thing we know them boys are tremendously good at, is dragging their feet. And let Joe's age, I know some people at Joe's age, sprightly, but you got to put a little turpentine in Joe to give you a little zing. Turpentine and a little blue pill. Give it a little zing to move on. Lot of feet dragging there. And of course, the workers are going to be the ones always who stand to be affected by this. So come on, Joe. Come on. Let's do right by these workers of Pretty Paul Singh. Let's do right by them. Please and thank you. You know, we're talking to you all the time. Some of y'all hearing, you know. Some of y'all hearing. An elderly man, 60 years old, thanking the lucky stars. You know, he was hit by a vehicle in Lusignan. Thankfully, he's alive to tell the tale. Harilal Budram, say he was standing on the parapet. On the parapet, folks, in Lusignan. When this car come out of nowhere, knock you upside down. And then from its final resting place, as you can see here. So Harilal Budram, thanking his lucky stars this morning. I tell you, God, this guy needs. Him, God got to keep saving people like this. He can't go home, he can't live here. So by the time something happen, boom, you're on the spot. And Harilal Budram, thanking his lucky stars this morning. Folks, we keep telling you, slow down. Slow down. Let me arrive alive, you know. Belford Gordon, Anna Gordon, the whole Gordon family out here now. Aisha Wang, let me slow down and arrive alive. Jacqueline with 4 lives. Wherever you're all driving internationally, slow down and let's arrive alive. Now, Harilal Budram, praying we hear 3-4 times a day now, giving thanks to God for sparing his life. See, he was standing on the parapet. You ain't safe on the parapet. Well, some of y'all think he was standing in the corner. Huh? You all know, we always say here, and with evidence, Ghana has the most dangerous roadways in the world. Parapet or no parapet. That's what happened with Harilal Budram there in Lusignan. And some of them boys sugaring down. Young fellow, we here in Region 2, held with cocaine, taxi driver. Everybody's trying with a side hustle now. And held with cocaine in Region 2. Wow. Folks, you have to slow down in this regard too. This cocaine business and so on, slow down. You ain't got no future here, slow down. Out front parts and all the rest, you ain't got no future here. Slow down, man, slow down. Slow down. But we've been following this one. Terence Hope, a fellow who went to the UK and was unceremoniously turned back. He said the treatment was terrible. We put out a story on this and our affiliate website, Credible Sources, overnight. Must check that out. It's on our Facebook page. He said the treatment is terrible. But Terence, give thanks to the Almighty for good flight. And at least he said, at least I got so far. Thanks, guys. He said, at least I got so far. And he said in a post on social media, Terence Hope, he said, thank God for a safe flight. Looking for the little silver lining against this dark cloud. He said the treatment wasn't good. And Terence in his Facebook post said, I didn't know what would happen to me if I didn't catch with coke. That bad was the treatment. They say, he said he took his bag, his phone, his wallet, take away everything. He said his auntie was right outside waiting, but even additional money to show that she can maintain him. But the folks weren't concerned about that. He said he then went on a one-way ticket. He said a lot of y'all comments out there. A lot of y'all comments, he see out there. Bring it back up first, guys. He said, see a lot of y'all comments out there. He said he went on a one-way ticket. All right? But he said he thanked God that he got so far and for the plane ride, that he got there safe. And in the post, he said, I'm a fighter. He said, I'm a fighter and I can overcome this. I love the attitude. I love Terence's attitude. This is Terence at the airport, you know. Man, you actually see Terence. Looking fly and dapper. You see? Terence got an attitude that a lot of us can adapt. Bring this back, guys. Terence said, I think this swag going to waste. I got me here for this trip. You know, picks up my beer and so on. Put on all this swag and nice clothes. Come to the, I think this going to, y'all should see. Terence, we can show you, we're going to show the video in the podcast. You see Terence, loud and proud at the airport. You know, loud and proud, Virgin Atlantic, all at the top. You're making the best of the journey. Some of y'all waiting until the destination to enjoy yourself. But it was a journey for Terence. Terence, I thank God I come this far. And he's right. Because some we never see Heathrow. Turn back or no turn back. We never see Heathrow. He said the treatment though. He said the treatment was horrible, horrific. And in his arm that he said, I don't know what would have happened. You know, they catch me with little cocaine. Like they catch the taxi driving region 3. I don't know what happened to me. He said it was terrible, the treatment. In his words, he said the treatment I received was terrible. But see, thank God again, he got so far, and then he got a safe flight. Man made the best of it. Too much people waiting for the destination to celebrate. Every step of the way the man celebrate. Since he left Charlie Jagan International, I can understand why though. Since he left Charlie Jagan International, you feel like the man say I enjoy it from right here, right to I go in and back. You know, he's gonna get over this. He's gonna get over this. Ramps Logistics. It's the big issue this morning, folks. That local content decision is still selling tremors, you know. And them boys telling us now they're gonna try to they're going to take a look to see whether they want to appeal the Chief Justice's decision. When you appeal things, unless you're forced to talk about wasting the court's time, he said he's going to look now to see, he's going to look and think about it. If they can appeal the High Court's decision in which they were instructed against their illegality to issue this local content certificate, right? Issue that local content certificate. So, issue the local content certificate. Apologies, folks. Issue that local content certificate to Ramps Logistics. There's my guys. They left out 2 of our slides, but we're going to fight on because it was the Sabbath News today, folks, that dedicated part of its editorial to this issue. And again, it spoke to some things that, you know, you and I, we don't want to talk about. You and I not going to want to talk about because we're nice. But stop using out here for for favors. Right? And so Sabbath News had some comments about this Ramps Logistics decision that was handed down by the Chief Justice. And you can tell me, you know, you're going to tell me if they're right or they're wrong. Right? You're going to tell me if they're right or they're wrong. Sabbath News dedicated part of the headlines to this issue. And in the headlines, titled aptly, The Ramps Decision, it says this development comes against the backdrop of a view held in some quarters that in Guyana, political veto can and often does supersede considerations of fairness. Political veto. Them by said, don't give he. Don't give her. Don't give them. That supersedes considerations of fairness. Seymour George, tell me, is Ramps right? Is the glass half full or half empty? Maureen Williams, political veto can supersede fairness. A view which, at a time when Guyana is open to major international investments, can cast the darkest light, the darkest shadow rather, can cast the darkest shadow against a country's business investment profile. Political veto can trump considerations of fairness. Is Sabbath News right? I see Pamela Dover said, yes, I believe so too. They go on in this editorial, the Ramps decision. And here the editorial says, this mindset, this political veto can do untold damage to the compelling attractiveness which the country now enjoys as a premier investment haven in the region, and even one of the most convivial in the world at this time. Indeed, the situation has happened. Indeed, the situation had appeared to reach the point where the local content secretariat itself appeared to have run out of anything even remotely resembling a legitimate reason for not acceding to the company's application, and had resorted to simply offering a jittery Rams Logistics run along. You see, there are no reasons to denying you. So the guy goes around in circles. But the Chief Justice, definitive in her declaration, the minister acted illegally, the local content secretariat acted illegally. And in this editorial by Starbuck News, they said it must be a breath of fresh air to investors that at least the courts could be a fair arbiter. At least the courts could be a decent arbiter. And you don't have to come all lawyered up as an investor to do business here. Well, Rams learned the hard way and took the right course of action. And again, the Chief Justice, Roxanne George Wiltshire, said the minister of this installed regime acted illegally. The local content secretariat acted illegally. And we told you earlier, one of the things making the morning papers, they're now going to get regulation. See, now going to produce the regulation that can in a better way operationalize the Local Content Act. This is Guyana. Under them boys, here's where we then. Illegal minister, local content secretariat, acted illegal as well. Yep. Just another day. Just another day. Thanks for joining us, good folks. Wherever you're joining us from this morning, lots of you are at home here in Guyana. Lots of you too in the national capital city where we're broadcasting live from in Georgetown. And lots of you as well in the diaspora. For those of you who are joining us via Twitter, we're going to leave it here today, folks. Thanks for coming through. Those of you joining us on YouTube, our tubers, thanks for joining us from that end. The Facebook folks here, LinkedIn has joined us too, and all the other mediums where we're pushing through as well. Thanks for joining us, good folks, in this morning's program. For information, it's the anniversary month. It's the anniversary month. Oh, show me a nice time tonight. Part of it is good, folks, that we can keep on doing the work that we do at this end. We're available via Cash App and Zelle and PayPal, MMG, MoneyGram, and Western Union as well, folks. Every cent is spent on building out these programs, getting you credible, valid information, and of course, your presence that means the most to us, that makes a difference around these parts. Each donation, folks, keep our programs going. You have any queries, need any guidance? 627-6963. 627-6963, folks. Yep. Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, MMG, MoneyGram, and Western Union. Help our programs to keep moving. 2 years out here, folks. 2 years bringing you folks valid, credible information. That's it for us, listen, until we see you guys back for the podcast at 12. Below the belt, live shot, folks. And this is the Harbour Bridge, the entrance to the Harbour Bridge. Live shot, thanks to Guyana Pixel Link of the Guyana Harbour Bridge. There in Baggettstown on the east bank of Demerara. The Harbour Bridge live shots there, compliments of Pixel Guyana Inc. Thanks for joining us, folks.